Hello, I'm back for part 2 of my massive March book haul. So let's jump into the books that I got for my birthday, and then we'll do the books that I bought myself for my birthday. So first up, I got Everyday Mindfulness, 365 Ways to a Centered Life. I'm excited to give some of these a try. So like one of them says, nothing can bring you peace but yourself. That's true. Traffic light exercise. So they're like quotes and little tasks that you can do, which I just thought that was cute. I think it's a great little collection. Next up, I got 2 copies of books that I'm super excited for. And that is Heidi and A Little Princess in the Puffin in Bloom set. Look how beautiful they are. They're so pretty. I'm so excited to have them on my shelf. They're just gorgeous. I also had a very Beauty and the Beast themed birthday. I got a Beauty and the Beast birthday cake from my mom and dad. They took me to see Beauty and the Beast, which was amazing. I got a few Beauty and the Beast pop head figurine things and some Beauty and the Beast books. So the first one is Beauty and the Beast, right? Till as old as time. Oh, so excited. I also got The Beast Within. Isn't that cover awesome? This is supposed to be like the origin kind of story for the Beast, which I'm all about. And a retelling, which again, all about. This one says, As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale by Liz Broswell. And it says, what if Belle's mother cursed the Beast? So does that mean that she would be the sorceress? She's the enchantress or whatever? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. I'm excited to read this one. So those are the individual books. I got one more book thing, collection, whatever, for my birthday, and I'm super excited. As many of you know, I've been delving into the Harry Potter. I had kind of a troubled start with Harry Potter several years ago, and I decided not to read it, and I've gotten back into it, and now I want to read them all because I'm really loving them. And dun da da da! I got this whole box set that makes the little castle. Look at them. But see, now my problem is anybody ever going to be allowed to touch them? And the answer is probably no, because I don't want anybody to break the spine and mess up the castle, but they're so pretty. Let me pull one out. We got the Sorcerer's Stone here. Look how beautiful the cover is. Oh, they're just so cute. But yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be able to read them. You just can gaze upon them because they're so pretty. Because I do have some like worn, used like paperback copies of like the original covers that I have been using. So now I feel like I don't want anybody to touch these. So we'll have to see. These may just sit up on the shelf like a little castle. Next, I placed an order with Amazon to get some books. Most of them are in. I'll do the rest in the April haul. But first up, I got The Year of Living Danishly, Uncovering the Secrets of the World's Happiest Country by Helen Russell. I've been really into the idea of like hygge, so I just thought this would be awesome. It came up in my Amazon recommendations. So I'm going to give it a try. Next, I got volume 2 to the Sherlock Holmes complete novel set. I have volume 1, and I'm hoping to get through them all. Like just maybe kind of pick a couple stories to read as the time progresses and eventually get through them all. So I decided to go ahead and get this one on hand. So I would have both volume 1 and 2 because I got volume 1 a little while ago at like a book sale, I think. So I wanted volume 2. Next, I got another book that I thought would better me. I've been trying to read more books that would widen my viewpoint on life and just inspire me to be better. And that is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Coates. This is a National Book Award winner, and I heard about it on a book podcast, and I heard it was really good, so I decided to grab it. It's really short. Again, I thought this would be just a really good book to kind of inspire me, so I grabbed this one. Along the same vein, one of the books that I'm reading to better myself is a book that was mentioned in another book that I'm reading, and the source of all of this is Will Schwab's book. I think it's called Books for Living. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember now. But each chapter is about a book that he read that really inspired him, so I'm trying to read along with him. And the first book that he mentions is The Importance of Living by Lin Yu Tang. I got a really old old copy of this from a library. I had to like source it out because like my local library didn't have it. They had to get it from some other library in the state of Ohio. And I realized as I was reading it that, first of all, it's going to take forever. I mean, it's a pretty chunky book and it's like the thin writing. So this is going to take me a while. So I wasn't sure I'd be able to read it in time to get it back to the library. And the fines are bigger, especially when you get them from other libraries, so definitely didn't want to get into that. And I found myself really engaging with this text, and I wanted to make notes and highlight, or at least do some sort of annotation in it. And I was already putting so many post-it notes in the library book that I thought this is not going to work. So I went ahead and got my own copy. It kind of delayed my reading this because I'm like, I just don't want to read anymore yet. So I had to wait for this copy to come in. So even though this was on my TBR for March, we're going to push it back to April. And it's probably going to take at least 2 months to read because it's a honker. But I'm excited. It's got some good stuff in it. And now I own it. Then I also picked up another book to better myself, and that is Dear Israeli, or A Feminist Manifesto and 15 Suggestions by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read her little speech on feminism, which was called We Should All Be Feminist, and it was amazing. So I decided I definitely wanted to read this one. It's, again, really, really short. It's basically a letter she sent back to her friend who asked her how she should raise her daughter to be a feminist. And she sends 15 suggestions, as the title would imply, and it's amazing. I read it already. It was fantastic. I really love her writing and the way she puts words together. So I'm excited to read Americanah by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, which I love to say. Even though I'm probably saying it wrong. I apologize if I am. But let me just say, I know absolutely nothing about this book besides the fact that it has so many people who love it and that it's by her. And I already love the way she writes. So I'm excited to read a full novel by her. I haven't yet. I've only read her TED Talk book speech, We Should All Be Feminist, and then the Feminist Manifesto. So I'm definitely excited to get my hands on this one. Whew, and lastly, I got all of these from Book Outlet. Oh, I forgot one. I did pick up for myself the Quidditch book, Quidditch Through the Ages by J.K. Rowling. It's one of the books in the set of like the library books, and this was probably my favorite one, and it was definitely my favorite cover, and it has the little Hogwarts library thing in it about the librarian, which it just really touches my heart as a librarian. So I had to get this one, so we'll just put that with my Harry Potter collection now. So, two of the Book Outlet books that I bought with some of my birthday money, just really quickly, because this is already getting long. I got my My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. It's like a little romance, and I'm excited. I've had some kids at school read it and really love it, and I've had my eye on it for a while, so I picked it up. Next, I picked up Palace of Mirrors by Margaret Peterson Haddix, who is a local author that we have that I just love her, so I'm super excited to read this. I love the cover. I'm pumped. I also picked up A Change of Heart by Sonali Dev. This is one of the books that somebody had mentioned they were going to read for their diversity challenge, and it sounded really good, and I love this cover, so I picked it up. I also picked up Jane by April Lindier. This is supposed to be a retelling of Jane Eyre, which I'm hoping to read soon, so I thought this might be fun to have on hand. I also picked up Darcy Swipes Left by, obviously, Jane Austen and Courtney Carbone. This is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice with just emojis and, like, internet type things. It was kind of weird. It was okay. It was cute. I think kids would relate to it more, but I love Pride and Prejudice, and it left out so much stuff, obviously. So, I mean, it just wasn't as good. If you like Pride and Prejudice, you're not going to be satisfied with this, but it's cute. I think it gets the point across, and it was cute. Next, I picked up Christmas Bliss by Mary Kay Andrews, mostly just because it's a beautiful cover, and I'm already stockpiling some books that I could read for Christmas next year. Next, I picked up a book by Daisy Goodwin that I've seen around. It's called The American Heiress. I love the cover, and I just think this sounds amazing. I know she had another one. I can't remember. I think it was Victoria that just came out that sounded really good, so I wanted to jump in on some of these books. Next, I picked up the Jane Austen Marriage Manual by Kim Izu. I'm always in for Jane Austen, and it just seemed really cute, so it's mine. I got myself a copy of Scythe by Neil Shusterman because I haven't been able to read it, and I've had several kids read it at the school library copy that we have, and they really liked it, so I wanted to have one to read. I also picked up Every Hidden Thing by Kenneth Oppel. I've heard this is really good. Again, I got an e-art copy of this and I didn't get a chance to read it, so when I found a hardback copy for really cheap on Book Outlet, I jumped at it. I also picked up a copy of The Narrow Roads to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. I've heard this is amazing. I've been considering buying it for a while, and they had a really good deal on it for Book Outlet, so I decided to grab it. And lastly, the last book that I purchased in March, finally, was Is Deviant, The Shocking True Story of Ed Gein, the Original Psycho by Harold Shelter. With my true crime stuff and my Bates Motel, I thought this would be a good pick. So, I think I really overdid it in March, so hopefully, and I want you to hold me to this, we're going to have a very, very small book haul in April, alright? So thanks for watching. I will see you again soon with another video. Bye for now.